Alright. Well, we'll see if that resolves things. I've no idea what's going on with this thing. I don't have problems like this. This is weird. Waiting for the game to fire up. Apologies to people who are watching. That was, I don't know. I don't know what caused it. Whenever you're ready, F1 2017. I'll try this again. Make the setup again. But again. It's like Groundhog Day. Except like it's, 5-minute blocks. Alright,
We haven't done a race simulation on any tyre yet.
Yes, we have.
Multiple sessions available, so it isn't urgent right now, but we should make time for it.
Shut your face, Jeff. I blame you. These problems. That worked out well. Alright. Let's rush through these other ones. What do we got next? Fuel saving. That might be a little harder around Suzuka.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Oh, got that one. End the session now and go to
Quick look
FP3.
at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top 3. Vettel, Bottas and Kimi Raikkonen. Practice times are on the board then, but
Then we'll do FP3 and do the quali sim, and then we'll just come straight into quali proper, and then a race. And hopefully, knock on wood, computer holds up. Doesn't crash and or burn itself. Maybe I should think about spending some money on the MG UK durability. I have enough points again. E3 time. Ah. Go. Wow, we're not expected to do that well this weekend, are we? If this lap doesn't get us purple, I don't think we'll worry about it, because probably not going to be able to do it.
Program complete.
Ah, there we go. We got purple. Good. Alright. Well, we had some hassles during those sessions. 2 lockups. Had to do a reboot. But yeah, we got through that. Go to quali. Let's do it. We're a bit behind schedule. E7.
Hamilton, Bottas, and Kimi Raikkonen. That's
So,
it for practice then.
35-1.
We'll see you again soon.
We'll see you again soon. Not too soon, I hope, Crofty. Alright. See what we can do in qualifying. I don't think it's going to be stupendous, but I think I'm going to, just thinking about it, I'm going to have to check out this MG UK because I think it's going to have too much wear. Although it won't bother us too much in the race because we probably won't use rich mode very much. But it probably is going to hold us back in quali if it's too high of wear. Let's have a look. Good engine in. And that will get us through. That will get us through quali. I don't want to take a penalty this weekend. E7. Set wear on a turbocharger. All the electronics are okay. They'll get us through this race. But we are going to be down on power with that. And if I'm going to take a penalty for a turbocharger, I might as well take a penalty for the MG UK as well. Yep, let's do it. We can always try and fight back here and get a result by overtaking. Mind you, if I am going to take a penalty for one, I might as well take a penalty, well, for those two. That's already going to be 10 places. Might as well take a fresh set. Fresh engine. Fresh MGUH. Didn't really want to do that this weekend. Because of the... you know, I thought we could get a good result here, but that MGUH isn't going to... sorry, it's not going to get through the race. And that turbocharger being like that means we're going to be down on power. And that's already a problem for us, power-wise. So, this qualifying session is merely for fun, really. So, let's see what we could have done. No, my luck, we'll stick it on a second row or something like that and then have to start from the back, but it is what it is. Carrying that much fuel, that will do. Do it. Let's do it. can still get points and stuff. So like in terms of resource points and our rivalry against Massa. So it still does mean something to us. We'll try and get a result out of it if we can. Great if we can make it to Q3. But all our race is going to be made on Sunday. Yeah. Good. Chrome. Minimize my game. Had a very, very stupid moment. Here we go. Sorry about that. Just an application go full screen. Chrome in the background. We've gone fastest. That's nice. Don't see that very often. I'm sure we won't stay there, but that's a nice feeling. Hopefully we don't have to do another run. Got everybody who we're only 10th behind Perez. Might have to do another run here. We'll see. Pretty safe for now, isn't it? Oh, it better be, because time's up. Yeah, we're okay. Alright, time for Q2. Like we can make it through to Q2 relatively easily as well. Sorry, through to Q3. Although I mean, if we do make it through to Q3, we're going to have to start the race, even though we're taking a penalty and going to start last. I think we'll have to start the race on the tyre we qualify on. So let's take the soft. And if we make it, we make it, and if we don't, we don't. We'll try to make it, just for the balls, I guess. So this will be the only run we do. That is not how you do a fast lap, Matt. Ah, well. That's fine. We'll just take it. It's whatever. We're going to start last anyway. So we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose some points there, but it'll be okay. We'll get them back in the race. I didn't want to have to start from the back of the grid on the super soft. I want to be able to go a bit long in the first stint. Give myself options. I think we showed in Q1 though that we certainly had the pace to challenge the front 4 rows. Get it. Let's do it. Let's get it done.
We're almost ready to go then.
5 races remaining and you've still got a chance of winning the World Drivers' title. Let's grab a solid points finish.
Want a 1 stop on the medium. Would we make a 1 stop work? Yeah, let's do it. Let's roll the dice. Let's do it. We actually went last. There's Bottas back here as well.
That's a strong start. Well done.
Is that the Hulk's also on the medium? What's the championship leader doing back here? Well, now I really do need a good result.
Okay, some information on Van Dorn. They have some kind of mechanical problem.
liberal use of the curbs.
DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone.
Ah, friggin' hell. Ah. Are you Muppets just play nice? Get out of the way. Stupid AI. I really did not want to use a bloody flashback. This would have been a very difficult race on a medium tyre with a busted front wing. Particularly when it was broken through no fault of my own, except stupid AI running each other off the road. Oh, hurling in Fernando. Oh, what an overtake! I would only try something like that on a driver as good as Fernando. That's him. That's going to go in my highlight collection, though.
The gap to first place is 12.2 seconds.
And this grid's well mixed up. I think Sebastian's behind us somewhere. As is Bottas. Must be Raikkonen and Hamilton are up front. Actually, that's a Mercedes, a couple of cars in front of us. This grid is well mixed up.
Vehicle is looking really good. You're managing it well. The gap to teammate is 4.2 seconds. Caution, caution. The virtual safety car is out. Reduce speed and maintain a positive delta. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace. VSC ending, we're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags. Green flag.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. Sorry, Daniel. go and they're getting it on up here, aren't they? I have Kibby out behind me and he's gonna have DRS. Oh, bloody hell. You're just watching this, you're just waiting for it to end in tears. Put that inside curb. Must mean Kimmy is smacking the field. One's on the medium as well. That was predictable, wasn't it? Bloody hell. Stupid friggin' AI. I'm not taking it, alright? I'm just not. It's ridiculous. Hold him up, Carlos. The only thing I think of is that the AI must have taken a whole bunch of penalties this race as well. Like, all at the same time. I don't know how the field got so messed up. Something happened at the first couple of corners and I was too far back to see. That's always a possibility, of course. Hamilton will have signs here. Try and get in on that. Alright, and the pit stops have started. messed that up. Bad. Predictably, Hamilton pits. Now we'll see if we can make this one stop work. Oh, hey Simus, how are you, man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, and you're right. You made it for a race. Well done. Gonna try and make a one stop to work to win around here. We done one stop less at Sepang to win that race, which worked out really well. That was very sketchy. I've already got Bottas back into P3 on the Super Soft. I assume... Well, actually, maybe he hasn't stopped yet. Because he was behind me on the track, so he mustn't have stopped yet. Traction, good. I'm unboxed. Was it Bottas? Yes, it was. Alright, good. So we've got a nice string of cars behind us, all one stopping, I think. These are all cars faster than. We've overtaken most of them on the track, so already proven that we are. Now it's a matter of whether we can keep a big enough buffer over the chasing pack, who have all stopped. Make this work, and that's not how you do it. What we don't need right now is a safety car, so knock on wood, we don't get one. We don't want to give the chasing pack a free kick. It's not bad considering where we started, because we took a whole bunch of penalties for new components. But it's worked out for us so far. I need to not do that though, otherwise I'm going to wear out the tyres very quickly.
Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are available. The gap
Hey, son, right there.
is 2.5 seconds.
Nice team choice, good job Renault, that's my career team as well. Yep, best looking car in the grid. And if you actually win the championship for them, you don't have to feel bad, like you've overachieved. You know, they're a manufacturer team, they've got some money, so... If you're trying to roleplay a little bit, it works nicely. Yeah, it's definitely a very nice looking car. Monaco now. Hold on. Gave up halfway through though. It's a disaster. It's making me want to stop playing. Oh really? Is it that difficult to drive, or just the AI is bad, or what's the biggest problem you're having with it? Man, I love this track so much.
Yellow flag.
That was a slow master. I think I'm glad it wasn't a safety car. Yeah, starting from the back at Monaco. Yeah, starting at the back of Monaco is going to be very, very difficult. I don't envy that task. He's got to ride the race out, or maybe consider skipping it. Maybe just start it, retire, and move on to the next one. If it's that disheartening to try and do it, which I can definitely understand, maybe just retire from the race and concentrate on accruing some more points in the next races. So take your penalty at Monaco, retire, come back and have another crack at it next year. Okay, so Raikkonen is going to be the guy I'm racing for the win here. And he's only about 4 seconds behind. And he's on the soft, and I'm going to go to the soft, and we've both got one more stop to make. So I've got track position. We're going to be stopping out of sequence with each other, and he might be on the super soft at last stint. I'm one of the few people who would actually be happy if Monaco was removed from the calendar. Yeah, I like Monaco, but it's not much of a race. Like, it's a spectacle, but it's not a race. Generally, the qualifying order is the finishing order. Unless something weird happens, like has for the last couple of years, I guess. But, yeah. Certainly understand what you're saying. So the thing that can really hurt us here is if when we make our stop, if we come out in traffic. Is dangerous, doesn't meet the safety standard, and is only around, hold on, only around for historical purposes. It is not a fun track to drive and does produce good races. No, it's a commitment track when you're driving it. Very easy to make mistakes there. It's infuriating. What you said about it not producing good races, that's definitely true. It doesn't produce good... And that's the case because it doesn't produce good racing. Ugh. Well, that's what happens when I try and talk and drive at the same time. Raikkonen is on me now. So this feels like it's going to be highly unlikely to win this. He's made up those 3 seconds very quickly. I don't think we're going to be able to win this, but we may be able to get ourselves on the podium. Maybe we can undercut Kimi with an earlier stop. But Kimi's certainly a lot smarter than Ocon was before, going into turn 1. Our only hope really is to maybe undercut Kimi a little bit, but I think he's going to be too fast even with fresher tyres. But I think a podium's definitely on the cards for us. And the main thing here is to beat Hamilton and Vettel for championship-wise, so... Yeah, you're right, it is just an event. It's more of a, yeah, it's a show race, it's not a race. Might just simulate it and move on to Canada. That race will cheer me up. I didn't even know simulation was a thing. There you go. It's probably not a bad idea. At least if you might luck into some points or something.
Go. Exit now. We're racing on the exit.
Alright, so we don't want to get stuck in traffic here. That's Grosjean.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Seb just in front of us. Driver in front. Oh, good, microphone's not working. Fantastic. Don't know why this game does that. If I do race it, what kind of strategy should we go with starting at the back? Honestly, if you're not comfortable trying to pass the AI, because I know how difficult it is, it would be to start on the harder tyres and sit back and bide your time and try and do one stop less than everybody else. You may get into the tail end of the points like that. There might also be some carnage. In fact, it's almost guaranteed there'll be some carnage safety car wise, so you may be able to take advantage of that. I mean, I wanted to know what kind of strategy Sebastian was on.
The track is clear. Green flag.
I don't think it matters. I think he's just been wiped out against the two Williams.
Nico has come into the pits. Nico is in the pits.
Wow.
Gap to car.
Can we see that again? No, it's Seb, Stroll, and one of the Force Indias. My goodness. That's Sebastian out of the race, I reckon. Or at least with significant damage. That's crazy. That's our championship leader. All we've got to do now is find out where Hamilton is. I think this race just became very important to us, championship-wise. And I think Kimi's going to stop us from taking maximum points, but... I have no idea what the cars around me, what kind of strategy they're all on, so... I haven't got a message to say Seb's out of the race, so he must have gone back to the pits for repairs. But surely he's bombed out of the points. Oh, Suzuka is definitely a fun track, Senraku. It's my second favourite of the calendar, and it's my favourite driving circuit. So in terms of the circuit that's just the funnest to drive, definitely Suzuka. I just like Spa because it's so fast, and
The gap to the car ahead is 6.8 seconds.
and Spa rewards commitment, whereas Suzuka is a real driver's track. I was saying before about when I was in Japan earlier in the year, when I was in Nara, I was thinking about making the sort of 50-60 kilometer track east to go to Suzuka. I didn't do it. I might actually try and go to the Japanese Grand Prix next year. I'm doing the US this year, so I fly out to the US in the not too distant future. That'll be fun. And maybe I'll try and do the Japanese Grand Prix next year. That'd be really cool. Traction there. That's Ocon in the pits.
Okay, distance to teammate 9.1 seconds.
Yeah, but at least you've got one of the really good tracks near you at Montreal. I was also lucky when I was living in Melbourne about being so close to Seb, so Seb still is in the race. You know, I was able to go to the Australian Grand Prix at Albert Park a number of times. Albert Park's a fun track too. Of course, getting to the Singapore Grand Prix from Australia is not that difficult either. Even getting to Malaysia, although, you know, this weekend coming up is the last Malaysian Grand Prix for the foreseeable future, so... Someone else is in the pits, it's Hamilton.
Our gap to the car in front is 9.3 seconds.
He's on the super soft. He's going to be a risky proposition a little bit later, I think. wonder who's P1. Seven laps to go. Looks like they're together on a track. Maybe it's Bottas? Though I would imagine that Bottas might have to stop again. I don't think anyone who's done a stint on super softs can one stop.
3.8 seconds.
It is Bottas. He's in the pits now, there you go. Alright, so we're racing for second place. We've got Sainz behind us as a buffer. He should be in front of Bottas as well. Alright, so our target's clear here. We want to finish second. Unless Kimi stops again, which probably not. I'd imagine he's made his 2 stops. That's why he's only not that far in front of us. Of course, if he does stop again, we're racing for the win. Oh, he's definitely already made his second stop because he's back on the super softs. When he caught me earlier, he was on the softs. So yeah, he's already made his second stop. He will go to the end. Without any problems, he'll win the race, and hopefully we can hold on for second. We've got, as I said, we've got Sainz there as a buffer. From Bottas and Hamilton. Back end of this championship has been really good to us. Really, really good. I'm sure everybody's... Oh, so just see comments popped up. I will check that in a second once I'm through the S's. Why is Kimi so good in this game? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they've got Kevin, Kimi and Seb's coding back to front. I think they had it back to front in last season's game as well. Maybe the guy who programs the driver skills is a big Kimi Raikkonen fan. I was going to say, I'm sure everybody saw the news that Pierre Gasly will be in a Toro Rosso this weekend at Malaysia. The odd situation of Daniel Kvyat being rested for a couple of races. That's really weird when you consider that they're going to need him next year. What's it do to his confidence to actually be kicked out of the car for a couple of races? So that's a really interesting dynamic. I think Red Bull wanted to do that, but they were expecting maybe Sainz to be in a Renault already, or Malaysia. But obviously Jolyon Palmer is not taking Renault's offer to step down with the payout. He wants to see out the season, which I can understand. You know, he got a good result at Singapore. He wants to, you know, keep his name up there in lights so other teams be interested in him. If he was to take the payout and leave, the likelihood of him having a drive next year much lower. Not that I think it's very high anyway. I think Williams is his only realistic prospect, or maybe Sauber. Although I think Sauber might just become a Giovinazzi, Charles Leclerc kind of setup next year. I think Pascal Wehrlein's going to go to DTM, and Marcus Ericsson will probably find himself without a seat. The way that Renault handled Palmer, him learning about the seat off the internet and not even from the team, I would have I would have done the same thing and stay until the end of my contract. Yeah, I'm not having to go at him for seeing out his contract or enforcing his side of the contract. Drivers are treated quite badly by teams sometimes, particularly if they happen to have Red Bull in their name, either in English or Italian. So, you know, he's doing the right thing for himself, which is good. But it's also the right thing for the sport to get Carlos Sainz into that Renault.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Sainz is a really good prospect. We're going to turn our revs up here because I'm convinced that Sainz is under big pressure behind me from the Mercedes. Be honest, Palmer was lucky to be in that seat this year anyway. He was gone. But then Kevin Magnussen pulled the rug out from under Renault to go to Haas. So Renault were left with a having to run Palmer. They didn't want him this year, which is that's not justification for how they treated him, but it's explanation. And I think his performances speak for themselves. And I think down at Toro Rosso, the same is said for Kvyat. Okay, so Hamilton has got past Sainz. This is a problem for us because he's catching us at a rate of knots. I think holding off Hamilton might be a bit difficult. He will just DRS us somewhere. Yeah. I mean, you say that, Senraku, but look at the point score this year between Kvyat and Sainz. Like, it's pretty damning. I mean, I know Kvyat's had more mechanical failures in the race, but then at Singapore he bended into the wall when points were on offer for him. Sainz finished 4th, so I think that Toro Rosso are a bit frustrated with Kvyat. That he does sometimes find himself in good opportunities and he wastes them. And I think that they see the writing on the wall that having Kvyat lead their team next year, big risk. And I actually think they might be positioning themselves into a position where they're going, well, maybe they won't even take Kvyat in the next season. They'll give Gasly some races at the back end of this year, and they'll actually put somebody else in that car next year. Because Kvyat as their lead driver, imagine how confident would you be that he's going to get results? I mean, Sainz has 48 points this year, and Kvyat's got 4. I mean, that's a pretty damning sort of statistic.
3 laps of fuel remaining.
Who else can they bring in? As far as I know, none of their other juniors have a super license. That's correct.
At the moment, the car
But there's other drivers around that have a super license.
around 1 second per lap.
Someone like Robert Kubica. Although I don't think that would happen, but if you understand what I mean, like, what if Toro Rosso got to lose? If they put Kvyat, they know exactly what they're going to get from Kvyat if they have him leading the team next year. And if they get the same Kvyat they got this year, then they'll be lucky to score points at a third of the races, you know. Particularly with the Honda engine they're going to have. They'll want to maximise every point scoring opportunity they're going to get. And Kvyat's got this really bad habit of wasting them. I mean, that's why he's not at Red Bull anymore. Because Kvyat has this really bad habit of the races. I mean, when you're a midfield team, you wait for a race like Singapore, where, you know, a couple of big boys take themselves out. You know, and then you've got the opportunity for big points. Side's got 4th at Singapore, and Kvyat was 3 wheels deep into the barrier of his own accord. He wasn't even racing with anybody. He just binned it. And that's the kind of stuff that bothers teams. Because, as I said, when you're in the midfield, you need to maximise those opportunities. So what have they got to lose? Put someone else in the car. Put Kubica in the car. In fact, Jolie and Palmer would probably do a better job at this point.
This is your final lap of the race.
I mean, I know that Red Bull's unlikely to do that because they'll want a driver from their own program, but that was naughty. But I squeezed him and I kept the position. Yes, they are. And I mean, if you're Williams and your options are Felipe Massa for another season, Paul di Resta, or Robert Kubica, why wouldn't you give the seat to Kubica? Kimmy's won in a canter. All we've got to do is hold off Lewis into 130R. Park it in the middle of the track. Throw it in. Hold him off down here. Oh, we've got poor traction. Oh, it doesn't matter. We've done it at 2nd place. Yes. Very happy with that. Oh, look at those Mercedes there at the end. Alright, so we were 1 point behind Hamilton. So now we're going to be in front of Hamilton in the championship. We're going to be P2. And now it's going to be a question of where did Sebastian finish? Where did Sebastian finish? Immersion broken. Kimi would not celebrate like that. I'm sorry. Suspension of disbelief. No.
There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance. And that's exactly what happened today.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium. And as the drivers make their way out, there's a familiar red suit making its way to the top step. Fantastic win for Ferrari.
Kimi would not waste champagne like that.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things
second in the championship, only 19 points behind Sebastian Vettel. So where did Seb finish? 11th. Surely me.
It's a difficult one, but I'll have to go for the Renault driver.
Yep.
They
18th
fought
to
so
2nd.
hard and had incredible pace at times, so I don't think anyone else did a better job today.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings.
Look at how fast a lap compared to Kimi and Lewis.
Their lead has taken a significant blow. Meanwhile, good work from Force India this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order.
Only 19 points off the lead. This is crazy. Could we do it? Could we win the championship? That'd be crazy. Meanwhile, where are you? Where are you, Nico? Look at you, 14th. 16 points. Oh, jeez, that's worse than Kvyat Sainz. Nico Hulkenberg's career is over, thanks to me. Wow, so good. So good. Take that result. And that means we're off to Austin. Well, I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be like that, Senraku. I thought 95 would be about right. But yeah, it's obviously too low. But I'll see out the season with it like that. And then I'll turn it up to 100 for the next season. Here I'll have back my full #1 driver status. Oh, my oh, Red Bull now wants me #3. That's interesting. Red Bull are now the 3rd most interested team in me, according to that. Do this one. Old mate doesn't even come up and talk to me anymore. It's just like, go drive this car here. Guy's a bit aggravating, really. All right.
Welcome to today's invitational event, where some of the world's finest drivers will be treating us to a special exhibition of some of the sport's most iconic cars.
Yes. Finishing first in 2007 Ferrari. Good luck in this thing without TC. And that brake bias down. These era of cars weren't made for 60% front brake bias without brake-by-wire at the back. Here we go. Whoa, 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 I wasn't expecting that. I think we can just, it'll be just better to restart at this point. That was, I was, I was expecting the full version of Bahrain. Right. Now I know. I wondered what that guy in front of me was up to. I haven't driven this version of the track before. Right. No front end grip, understeer supreme. We'll we'll go again. Oh dear. Just drive it rally style, why not? Oh, come on. Took that beautifully then and just no traction. That's this is getting pretty embarrassing. These cars are certainly quite different to drive from the 2017 cars, I can assure you. If you're expecting them all to feel the same and drive the same. That wasn't good. There's an apex there, Matt. It's not infectious. I was pretty ambitious at the last corner there against a couple of those guys, but what are you going to do? Well, there you go. So we did Sepang, we did that test. We finished second and one, which is a very good result. Second in championship, 19 points off Seb, with 4 races to go. It's tense. Like, we can do it. We could possibly do it.
I've got something you'll be interested in. Those performance upgrades we discussed after the last race. They're on the car and the data looks promising. Take a look at the details.
Weight distribution, very good. Resource points have we got? 508. So there was something I was worried about. The MGU-K. wearing them out quite fast. I think I might do a reliability upgrade. Now, I can't remember, was it the K or the H? K. The K's the one I'm wearing out fast. Mind you, the H isn't that far behind it, but the K in the turbocharger, and I've pressed the wrong button. Well done, Matt. That's golden. There we go. All right, that's it. We're done for now. We'll resume at a later time with the US Grand Prix from Coda. Look at that, Red Bull are the third interested team in me now. Not that I'll go to Red Bull. My hope is to win a championship with Renault and then make a decision from there. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thanks to everybody who contributed in the chat. You guys all did a sterling job. Very much appreciated. Good to chat to you guys. I know this is a weird time to stream. I've got this week off because I'm between jobs. So we're having I finished my last job and I'm very happy about it celebration stream, and mixed with I start a new job next week and I'm very happy about that because I'm going to get more money and stuff. So that's also a celebratory stream. So all good. We'll be back a little bit later on, probably not today, but tomorrow with the US Grand Prix. We're going to try and get these 4 races done before I start a new job next week and see if we win the championship. Yeah, it's exciting. It's close. It's good. I like it. Thanks for everybody, and thanks for everybody, idiot. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and I'll talk to you all again soon.